Value for money matters a lot, especially if, like me, you're from the Midlands. That's why I really like the Hyundai i10. But while it's cheap, it's also very cheerful. For instance, the boot, it's not exactly massive, but it's about as big as you're going to get on this type of vehicle. Now, I'd normally illustrate the size with some luggage, but I forgot, so I'm going to have to use my body instead. Although if you, I don't know, work for the mafia, you might find this a handy illustration. And if you need to dispose of a whole rival gang, yes, you can, of course, fold down the rear seat for a lot more space. But what about space here in the back seats? Well, you probably noticed the rear doors, they open nice and wide. If you bear with me, I'll put these seats back. There we go. I'll show you, right? One full-size adult male. Off it. Headroom's okay, and so's knee room. Here in the front, the Hyundai, it doesn't try to do anything clever, but everything is logically laid out and very simple to use. Build quality, it's fairly robust, and that's something that's backed up by a 5-year warranty. As for standard equipment, it's extremely generous. Even the base level model gets air conditioning and even a USB interface for your MP3 player. That's something you don't even get on lots more expensive cars. One of the great things about the i10 is just how easy it is to drive here in town. You've got great all-round visibility, the controls are nice and light, the suspension is supple enough to deal with bumps in the road, and the turning circle is so tight that, well, many roundabouts, an absolute breeze. However, perhaps one of my favourite things is a snickety gear change, because it's just so much fun to keep changing gear, although I should probably stop doing that because it'll start to annoy my cameraman because it makes the picture shake about a bit. Sorry about that, I just wanted to show them. Now, you expect a city car to be able to hold its own in town. The i10 also impresses on a twisty road. I mean, admittedly, the steering is not really very responsive, and the front tyres are about as thick as those on my mountain bike, but it's light, it's agile, it's nimble, and as a result, it's a bit of a laugh, and you end up driving around looking at other people going, your car's more expensive than mine, but mine is more fun. Your car's more expensive than mine, but mine is more fun. And you start to turn into a bit of a smug git. In fact, if I had to describe the i10 to someone, I'd say it's a bit like a Jack Russell Terrier, because while it's small, it does have loads of personality. However, not everything about this i10 is perfect, and it does do the odd poop on the carpet. For instance, the 1 litre engine in this car, it's all right around town and at moderate speeds, but get it on the motorway and it soon runs out of puff. I mean, you can't really overtake anyone at all. Also, at higher speeds, you get quite a bit of tyre roar, and the wind noise is incredible, actually. I mean, have we left a window open? I don't seem to have done. As for other problems, well, I think the styling is a little bit nerdy, despite a recent facelift. Also, it's a little bit dark and dingy here on the inside. There's just far too many hard, brittle plastics, and even the steering wheel on this car is so coarse that after a while it could make your hands bleed. There's very little adjustment in it as well. Look at that. I mean, really, that's just a token gesture. But is all that really going to be a deal breaker? Not for me, because the i10's cheap and cheerful nature is actually the deal maker. See what I did there? Yep. Don't know what I'll pop that.